Hi, I'm Sensei Norm, and welcome to the Shotokan Chronicles. In this video, I'm going to give my review of Karate-Do the Movie, 2019. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos.
Karate means empty hand. Do means the way. It is the spiritual path of karate.
Come on, teach me.
No.
I stumbled upon this movie by accident. I was looking for the Japanese characters for karate, but not a picture. I was trying to find an actual letters that I could copy and put into a project I was working on. And I happened to stumble upon the trailer, and so I checked it out. The trailer was really good, so anyone that knows me, I'm a sucker for a martial arts movie, so once I seen the trailer, I had to find out where I could watch this film. So, as I said earlier in the title, the movie was released in 2019, and I wanted to make sure that I mentioned the date in the title of the movie, so it wouldn't be mixed up or wouldn't be confused with Karate-Do that was made by the JKA back in the 50s. So Nicki Wright is a troubled 23-year-old. After finishing rehab and getting in a fight, her mother sends her to live with her father. Her father, Phllip, teaches her the meaning of karate, which sends her on a journey. Her journey takes her through Aikido, Kendo, Judo and Karate. And the training gives her a newfound purpose, and that is to teach women self-defense. So the movie's storyline is really familiar. Troubled teen finds karate, changes their life, and becomes a better person. It's been used in many different media. You've probably seen stuff like The Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. There's just so many films that follow the same basic premise. In the case of this movie, it was well done. I do have to say there were some really good points in the movie. There was a few points that were a little hard to watch as well. Not putting the film down at all. It's just there was a few scenes where it was just them driving down the street and you saw what was passing by in the window of the car for a minute or two. And there was some other scenes that they seemed to be disconnected from the story, kind of. Or a side story that just wasn't developing enough. But that's not important to the overall aspect of the film. Overall, I really enjoyed this film. The martial arts segments were incredible. I'm not going to say the techniques were amazing. Shotokan Karate was the main style that was presented in this film. So obviously we were introduced to the Heian katas, and a few others as well. The Teki katas were introduced as well. The Japan Karate Association and Geishin Funakoshi were also mentioned throughout the course of the film. That gained bonus points for me. There was a lot of good research done. The Heian and Teki katas, like I mentioned, were well explained. The bunkai techniques that were presented were excellent. Some interesting bunkai applications as well. The history between karate and kung fu was also talked about in the course of the movie, which was great as well, because a lot of people don't understand that. The film was directed by James Niebauer, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know what it's like to have a name that some people might not be able to pronounce correctly. Daniel Niebauer starred as Phllip, and he wrote the screenplay. I'll talk about him in just a second. And his daughter Gabrielle starred as Nicki, and she was the producer on the film. So Daniel started training in karate in the 70s. He's been training for over 50 years, and he has had the opportunity to train with some really influential karate masters like Master Nishiyama or Master Oshima. In the movie, he started training as a kid, and he was considered to be a phenom, but he gave it all up. He gave it all up when he met Nicki's mother. And there was also an incident in the tournament where he injured an opponent, so that also weighed heavy on him. So in the movie, Nicki is sent to live with her father after she got into some trouble. Left rehab, she was not happy with that, going through the whole course of rehab. And while leaving, she saw a young lady being attacked, so she jumped in and tried to stop it, in which she got injured. So her mother got fed up and sent her to live with her father. When she was moving in, she started to look through some boxes, and she happened upon a karate trophy. So she asked her father to teach her. And at first he refused, but then he started to teach her Heian Shodan and explaining karate to her. And eventually she learned all of the different Heian katas, and then her father introduced her to Judo, Aikido, and Kendo. Throughout the film, Nicki is struggling with addiction. She was abandoned by her father as a child, and because of that, her and her father had never seen eye to eye. They're always bumping heads. But it was karate that brought them together. By the end of the film, they are preparing to operate a dojo, and Nicki is trying to get self-defense classes in the local high schools. Now, I wanted to purchase a copy of Karate Do, so I visited their website, which I will put a link to in the description below. On the website, the movie is entitled Karate Do, the Show, Season 1, The Way. Is this supposed to be a series? Or are we going to see more? So I did some delving. And I found on their message board on the website that they were preparing to film Episode 2, or Part 2, the second movie. And the COVID-19 virus outbreak began, and they had to put a halt on that. So once things are back up and running, we might hear that they're filming Karate Do Part 2. So where can you see Karate Do? Well, if you visit Amazon, it is available on Prime for free. And if you don't have Prime, I do believe you can rent it for around $5. If you already have seen the movie or you're going to go check it out, make sure you come back and leave a comment. I hope that you enjoy this film as much as I did. Now, I'm not saying it's going to win an Academy Award. Karate Do appeared in a few film festivals after it was released, and it also was one of the finalists for one. I just can't remember off the top of my head what that film festival was, but it was in the finals for the competitions that run at film festival. Thanks for watching. I'm Sensei Norm. See you next time on the Shotokan Chronicles.